So 2 together, press the seam allowance, and I always press it toward the dark. Then we have these 2 get sewn together, and then the 4 sewn together. So it's a very easy construction process. Now sometimes the part that really gives quilters problems is getting these pieces cut the way they should be.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and so what I like to do, and I like to give measurements instead of telling you this exact size, because if your seam allowance is different than Mary's seam allowance, it won't fit. So what I like to do is measure, after these are sewn together, I measure them. And this comes to about 20.5, and I add an inch. That's good measure, you can always cut off.
Sure.
Okay, so I take 2 pieces of fabric, folded right sides together, and they're long enough for this piece. And now if you take the View and Do diamond, the same one, and put it here, and see, this is much wider than I need, it's tall enough. Then I would take a ruler that would come to the, I think we came up with, after we added an inch, about 21.5. Okay, if we come all the way to there and cut, that's going to give me the 4 pieces I need. That's why there's 2 pieces, and they're either right sides together or wrong sides together. They can't be, you know, both right sides up. But this is going to be the same angle to put these pieces in as constructing this. And that's as easy as it is. And then, of course, you'll want to have it quilted or quilt it yourself and put a binding on. And incidentally, we have binding tips on our website that tell you how to do a perfect binding. So quilters, you need to do that. Well, this has really been fun because I like to combine all these different techniques.
You know what? I think for embroiderers and quilters, this is opening up a new opportunity for them. Okay? It's giving them a lot of realism. They can combine their embroidery using applique, all different type of methods, use the View and Do. They will also have a pattern to make use of. They can't fail.
Right. And if they don't like to do one of the techniques, they can do a group quilt. And one person could do the embroidery, one the piecing for the quilt, and one the quilting. And then they have something to do with their friends.
It's great, great.
Okay, well, I want to thank you, James. This is, like I say, it's been fun. And with the kit that you've put together, again, it has all the pieces and patches and the tutorial, and you can't go wrong.
You know why we can't go wrong? We're also going to have your pattern, and we're going to have your View and Do.
Right, and so everything you need.
One-stop shop.
There you go. James, I can't wait to see what you've got next that I can put into my quilts. What are you going to show us here?
Okay, I'm going to get you excited.
Good.
All right. Quilters always like to make things that are very unique. They like to add embellishment.
Right.
All right. So we have embellishments for you. We have our crystals. Okay? And just as an example, if you were to look at this butterfly wing, and now look at it with crystals, it tends to give it that, no question about it. And what I found is that at a lot of these quilt shows, I've had appraisers come to me and say, how much more is a quilt worth when they put crystals on?
Oh, really?
Oh, definitely. And what I've been seeing too is that it just catches the eye of the judges, and it gives you a little bit of an advantage. Okay.
Okay, and I know that you've eliminated some of the problems that people have had working with crystals.
One of the problems people have had is that they've used either a 3mm or a 4mm size head and tried to pick them up like this and put them down. There's 2 problems with that. Number 1, they tend to stick after a while, and all these heads have a little hole in them. You have to put a pin to get them out.
Ah, okay.
Number 2, if you go from a 3mm to a 4mm, you actually have to change your head. And the heads are very hot.
Oh, okay. They would be. Now, I notice you have adhesive on each one of your crystals.
Yes, that's to make life...
So there's no glue.
Well, that is a type of a glue.
No, but I mean, you don't add a glue.
No, we don't have to add any glue at all. And the reason we use a tweezer, because previously when people picked them up like this and then put them down, they had no idea what a design would look like. So what we suggest is that they use the tweezer, pick their crystals up, put them down where they want, then apply the heat. And when they apply the heat, we always suggest using the flathead method. That way, we don't have to change the heads at all. It doesn't stick.
Good.
And we can see how they look. And if you're just using some basic embroidery, you might want to use our Daltron sheet. Because previously when people picked them up, they would burn their table or their tablecloth. They didn't want to admit it, but I know they did
Okay.
when I talked to people on the side. This is also something brand new that we have right here. Quilters, if they want to add additional embellishment, we're actually going to be doing transfers so they can add these right onto their blocks if they'd like.
So these come in sheets where you just put them down and press them.
That's it. We're trying to make your life easier.
You
and easier.
have. What else have you got here for us that's coming
Okay.
up?
Well, as I mentioned, we use our snips all the time. They're ergonomically correct because they're spring-loaded.
Oh, nice.
And these are brand new with us. So we're very pleased about that. Now, one other thing that we tried to make for folks that's real easy is we made a little stand. This stand is excellent for your wand.
That's the crystal wand.
That's the crystal wand.
Okay.
It's also good for your mini heat iron, and those of you that use rollers, we can also put it right on.
Curling iron, right.
Curling iron, okay?
Right.
This does come with a little stand like this as well.
Okay.
Okay? So basically, we haven't spread out into a lot of directions, just things that'll add embellishment and make your life easier.
Okay, and you've got me as a quilter really excited because I can't wait to get into
Oh, I need
those
a hug for
crystals.
that.
Thanks, James, for sharing all these ideas with us.
Appreciate it.
Okay.